We are on lesson 6.8 in our Go Math book. We're learning about three-digit subtraction with regrouping hundreds. The essential question is, when do you regroup hundreds in subtraction? We're on page 309. Our word problem says the reading club collected 349 books. 173 books were fiction books. The other books were nonfiction. How many nonfiction books were there? So first we're going to do a model for our 349. And we're going to subtract the 173. So first we want to subtract 3 from the 9 that we have. Do we have enough ones to do that? Yes, we do. We can just subtract the 3. And 9 minus 3 leaves us with 6. Next, we want to subtract 7 tenths. And we have 4 tenths. Do we have enough tens to subtract 7? No, we don't. But we can regroup. So we go to the hundreds place. And we take that 100 and we push it over to the tens place, and we know that 100 is 10 tens. So we need to cross that out. So now we don't just have 4 tens anymore. Now we have 14. Do we have enough to take away 7? Yes, we do. And 14 minus 7 leaves us with 7. Now we have 2 hundreds here, and we want to subtract 1. If we subtract 1, that leaves us with 1. So our answer is 176. So the Math Talk says, describe what to do when there are not enough tens to subtract from. Well, in this case, we only had 4 tens, but we needed to subtract the 7. So we went next door, and we got 10 more. We regrouped that 100 and made it into 10 tens and put that in our tens place. You may turn your paper over. We're on page 310. We're going to the top where it says model and draw. Our math problem is 428 minus 153. It says subtract the ones. We always go to the ones place first. So 8 minus 3 equals 5. We can just go ahead and do that. And they subtracted the 3 over here, and it left us with 5. Now, when we go to the tens place, there are not enough tens to subtract from. We only have 2, and we want to take away 5. So we regroup 100. So 4 hundreds, 2 tens is now 3 hundreds and 12 tens. And they took that 100 and they regrouped it over here, put 10 tens over here. So now 12 minus 5, you can do that. 12 minus 5 is 7. And then you go to the hundreds. You don't have 4 hundreds anymore, you have 3. So 3 minus the 1 is 2, and the answer is 275. So let's go down to the bottom and try this together. 478 minus 356. 8 minus 6. Do we have enough to subtract? Yes, we do. 8 minus 6 is 2. 7 minus 5. Do we have enough tens? Yes, 7 minus 5 is 2. And 4 minus 3 is 1. We did not need to do any regrouping. We had enough in each place to subtract. 814 minus 263. 4 minus 3. Do we have enough to do that? Yes, we do. So 4 minus 3 is 1. 1 minus 6. Can we do that? 1 minus 6. No. So we need to go next door. So instead of 8 hundredths, we have 7. And instead of 1 10, now we have 11 tenths. 11 minus 6 is 5. And 7 minus 2 is 5. And the answer is 550. 51. We're going to go to the next page. So now we're on page 311. Let's do one more of these together. 629 minus 482. 9 minus 2. Do you have enough to do that? Yes, you do. 9 minus 2 is 7. 2 minus 8. Do you have enough to do that? 2 minus 8. Now, so we need to go next door. Instead of 6 hundredths, we'll have 5. And instead of 2 tens, we'll have 12. So 12 minus 8 is 4. And 5 minus 4 is 1. So finish the rest of these in exactly the same way. And for number 9 and number 10, they tell you to rewrite the numbers and then subtract. So again, I want to remind you to make the H here, just to keep your numbers in the right place, keep them organized, and then you can rewrite your numbers in here and do your subtracting. Turn your paper over. For problem solving on the back, it says there were 375 puzzle pieces in the box. Liz took 190 pieces out of the box. How many pieces are still in the box? So let's make an H over here. She started with 375 and she takes 190 out. So how many are still there? So write your number problem there on the side and get your answer. Number 12, Sam built 2 towers. He used 139 blocks for the first tower, and he used 276 blocks in all. For which tower did he use more blocks? Okay, we can't answer that second question yet. First we have to find out how many blocks he used for the second tower, right? So we know that he used 276 in all. And it tells us that for the first one that he built, he used 139. So if he starts with 276, and he used 139 of those, then you can figure out how many he used for the second tower. How many are left? And you need to tell me, is it a plus sign or a minus sign here? Which one are you going to do, plus or minus? So on this line, you're going to either write first tower or second tower. I'll put second right here. And then it wants you to explain how you solved the problem. What did you have to do to solve that? Number 13, Mr. Sims has 315 paper hats. He gives 140 paper hats to students in the parade. How many paper hats does he have now? So again, we need an H here to keep our numbers organized. So he starts with the 315 and he gives 140 to students that are in the parade. So find your answer and fill in the dot next to the correct one. And when you have completed all of this, then you are done with your assignment.